5 celebrity financial scandals no one wants to talk about. Hollywood loves money, but sometimes the way it's made is more than a little questionable. From underground gambling rings to shady business deals, some of the biggest names in entertainment have been linked to financial scandals that the industry would rather forget. Some were proven, some were heavily rumored, but all of them will make you look at these celebrities a little differently. Let's dive in. Tobey Maguire and the underground poker ring, private poker games, million-dollar pots, and a Hollywood A-lister caught in the middle. If you thought Tobey Maguire was just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, you might be surprised to know he was deeply involved in some of the most exclusive high-stakes poker games Hollywood has ever seen. What happened? These were illegal, unregulated poker games held in luxurious hotels and private clubs. Celebrities, billionaires, and hedge fund managers would bet millions in a single night. Tobey reportedly won over $30 million playing in these games. But here's the twist. When the FBI started investigating one of the organizers, these poker games came under legal scrutiny. While Maguire wasn't charged, he was sued for winnings that allegedly came from unpaid debts of other players. He settled the lawsuit out of court, but the scandal left a permanent mark on his reputation. He's since stayed out of the spotlight, and let's just say you won't find him in any Vegas casinos these days. Frank Sinatra and his alleged mafia connections. Frank Sinatra, the voice of a generation, the legend of swing, and possibly a guy with some powerful friends. For decades, Sinatra was rumored to have had connections with organized crime, though he always denied it. The suspicions came from his performances at mob-owned casinos and clubs. FBI files linking him to known mafia figures, with over 2,000 pages of records on him. His alleged help in securing a presidential pardon for a famous mob boss. Was he ever charged? Nope. There was never any concrete proof, and Sinatra always dismissed the rumors as wild speculation. Some claim he was simply friends with the wrong people. Others think he knew exactly what he was doing. Whatever the truth is, Sinatra took it to his grave. Hollywood money laundering, The Wolf of Wall Street connection, a blockbuster movie, a corrupt fund, and a financial scandal that rocked Hollywood. In one of the biggest money laundering cases in history, the production of The Wolf of Wall Street was linked to stolen government money. What happened? A Malaysian investment fund, 1MDB, was created to develop Malaysia's economy. Instead, billions were stolen and allegedly used to finance luxury lifestyles, high-end properties, and even Hollywood films. Some of this money was traced to the financing of The Wolf of Wall Street, produced by Red Granite Pictures. Who was involved? Red Granite Pictures was co-founded by Riza Aziz, the stepson of Malaysia's former prime minister. Leonardo DiCaprio was not involved in the scandal but was questioned due to his connection to the film's funding. The U.S. Department of Justice seized assets linked to the case, and Red Granite paid $60 million in settlements. DiCaprio returned gifts that were reportedly bought with 1MDB funds, and the movie remains a wild example of how Hollywood and global finance can collide. Social media influencers make millions promoting brands, but sometimes the brands aren't what they seem. Kim Kardashian found herself in hot water with the SEC for promoting Ethereum Max, a cryptocurrency that quickly tanked. What happened? Kim posted a sponsored Instagram ad for Ethereum Max, also known as EMAX, a little-known crypto token. She was paid $250,000 to promote it. Shortly after, the token's price collapsed, and many investors lost money. Why was this a problem? Kim didn't disclose that she was paid to promote it, violating SEC rules. The SEC fined her $1.26 million for failing to report the sponsorship. While she wasn't accused of fraud, the scandal exposed the risks of influencer-backed financial promotions. Her case became a warning to influencers, and now anyone promoting crypto has to be very careful. Here in my garage, if you've been on YouTube long enough, you've probably seen Tai Lopez's viral ads about making money reading books and buying Lamborghinis. But what many people didn't realize at first was that his entire business model revolved around selling extremely expensive online courses that promised financial success, but left many disappointed. What was the controversy? He sold get-rich-quick programs that cost thousands of dollars. Some former customers claimed they didn't receive anything valuable. Critics accused him of using high-pressure sales tactics to upsell courses. Was it illegal? No, Tai Lopez didn't break any laws, but his marketing tactics were controversial. His flashy lifestyle branding was questioned, with some calling it more hype than substance. He shifted away from courses and now buys struggling retail brands like Radio Shack and Pier 1. Was he a scammer or just a marketing genius? That's up to you to decide. From action hero to tax evader, this is one of Hollywood's biggest financial collapses. Wesley Snipes, known for his roles in Blade and New Jack City, was once at the top of his game. Millions in movie deals, luxury cars, a dream life. But then, the IRS came knocking. What happened? Snipes didn't file taxes for years. He used a shady tax scheme that falsely claimed he didn't have to pay. When the government caught on, he owed over $23 million in back taxes. The fallout, he was charged with tax fraud. In 2008, he was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison. Hollywood blacklisted him, and he struggled to get major roles again. He eventually made a comeback, but his financial troubles remain a warning for every celebrity who thinks they can outsmart the IRS. From billionaire dreams to bankruptcy, 50 Cent's financial story is wild. In the early 2000s, he was on top of the world. Get Rich or Die Tryin' sold millions. His vitamin water investment reportedly made him over $100 million. He lived like a king, mansions, Ferraris, private jets. So, how did he lose it all? He made a series of terrible investments that drained his fortune. He got hit with multiple lawsuits, one forcing him to pay $7 million in damages. He declared bankruptcy in 2015, shocking everyone. Was he actually broke? Some say his bankruptcy was a legal move to avoid paying debts. Others believe he burned through his money way too fast. Today he's back on his feet, but his downfall is a perfect example of how fast fortune can disappear. Luxury lifestyle? Check. Big mansions? Check. Fraud charges? Also check. Teresa Giudice, star of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, became famous for her extravagant spending, but what no one knew, she and her husband were committing financial fraud behind the scenes. They used fake tax returns, fraudulent loans, and falsified documents to fund their lifestyle. They borrowed millions they never intended to pay back. The price of fraud? They were charged with multiple counts of fraud. Teresa was sentenced to 15 months in prison. Her husband was deported back to Italy after serving his sentence. Now, she's out of prison and back on TV. But her scandal still follows her to this day. Not a Hollywood star, but definitely one of the biggest fraud stories in recent history. Adam Neumann sold the dream of WeWork, a startup that would supposedly change the world. Investors poured in billions, believing in his vision. WeWork's valuation soared to $47 billion. Neumann became a billionaire overnight, but here's the problem. The company was bleeding money. Neumann used WeWork's funds for personal luxuries. He bought private jets, mansions, and partied like a rock star. The downfall? When investors realized the company wasn't actually profitable, WeWork collapsed overnight. The $47 billion valuation dropped to nearly nothing. Neumann was forced out, but walked away with a $1.7 billion exit deal. He walked away rich while thousands of employees lost everything. These celebrities had everything: money, power, and influence. But whether through bad decisions, shady connections, or risky business deals, they all found themselves in financial scandals they probably wish never happened. Tobey Maguire's underground poker empire, a gamble that almost cost him. Sinatra's rumored mafia ties, real connections or just wild speculation. The Wolf of Wall Street's dirty money, a blockbuster backed by fraud. Kim K's crypto fail, a reminder that influencers must be careful. Tai Lopez's business empire, smart marketing, or just overpriced hype? Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love crazy money stories, hit that like button and subscribe.